Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th installment of Dining In with Adrian. Now today's episode is going to focus on my go-to remedy for curing colds and sinus infections in a heartbeat. That's right, today what we're going to be making is caldo de res, which is a beef shank steak soup with all the right veggies inside. Caldo de res is also highly requested in my home as a quick and easy meal prep for the week, which allows for fast and convenient ready-to-eat lunches that taste even better when poured over Spanish rice. The only drawback to making caldo de res is the amount of time it takes to cook it through properly, which could potentially run you 2.5 to 3 hours, just depending on the amount that you're making and also the heat settings that you choose on your stove. Now, this is where the magic of the Power Pressure Cooker XL comes into play, and what it does is create a magnificent final product in less than half of the time. Now, what you're going to need today is going to be approximately 1 shank steak per serving or per person, which today we're going to be using 3 diced shank steaks. We're also going to be using 1 white or russet potato, depending on what you like. Today we're going to be using just 2 of those. 2 diced carrots or baby carrots, which we're going to be using. I'm going to use a quarter of cabbage. I'm also going to be using 1 zucchini, 1 yellow neck squash, 1 green squash, 2 corn on the cobs, 1 minced garlic clove, 2 chopped celery stalks, 1 tablespoon of better than bouillon seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of seasonal salt, or enough salt just for your liking. So what we're going to do to get this started is, of course, I already incorporated the water, which I ended up putting 7 cups, which I ended up using the guideline over here on my pressure cooker. Just filled it up in between the 6 and the 8, which, duh, it's 7. But anyways, I've already got my water in here. So in order to start it, what we have to do first is we're going to start cooking down our meat. We want to make sure that our meat is tender and easy to chew, because this is just a little bit more of a chewy meat. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, I'm going to get this started. I'm going to go and set it on our soup setting. And I'm going to go for the well wild, just to really heat it up and make sure that it cooks through, okay? So on this shank steaks, what I ended up doing was I am going to be using the bone. So let me go ahead. Now that this guy's heating up, I'm going to drop in our bones. And like I said today, and I'm even leaving the fat on them too. I really don't like eating this much fat, but it does provide some flavor and a little bit more of a doggy treat for my pup. So now that I've got our bones in, now it's time to incorporate our meat, which I did dice up pretty finely. I cubed it up. Sorry, this is starting to stick to me. Get off of me. I ended up cubing it up, just probably, I don't know, it's about the width of maybe your ring finger, something along those lines, or your middle finger, sorry about that. Maybe your thumb, whichever finger you want to use, about a finger's width through. I did cube those up really nice and neat just to help the cooking time a little bit, make sure that it cooks through properly and a lot faster because, like I said, this does take about 2.5 to 3 hours on the stove top. But thanks to the Power Pressure Cooker XL, we're literally going to be doing this in 30 minutes. So it's going to be great. It's going to taste wonderful too, I promise you that, folks. Okay folks, now that the meat has already gone inside, this is about the time where I like to start putting in the bouillon. Just start mixing it in there. So I would recommend that you guys take off your lid a little bit easier hopefully than I just did. But with this spoon, what you're going to want to do is just start dabbing it inside of the broth. Just let it start, just dripping off, just so it can naturally come off. That's going to really enhance this flavor quite a bit. And you don't really want to just drop it in there because it's going to start getting chunky, and some of your flavoring is just going to taste just, if you end up getting a big chunk of this, it's not going to be too pleasant. I'm still going at it, but it really is going to make the biggest difference in the world as far as your caldo taste goes. Alright, so just keep on moving it around in here. There you go. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead, put my lid back on, and our meat will be ready in just a couple minutes. So stay tuned to that. Lock up the lid, make sure the steam valve is closed, and let's set this guy again. Okay folks, so our beef shanks have been working over here inside of our Power Pressure Cooker XL for the last 15 minutes. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press the cancel button, and then I'm going to go ahead and release the steam as so. Okay folks, so we're just waiting for the steam to fully release from our vessel. Just waiting to hear that pin drop to let me know that it is now safe to open up the lid. And it should be kicking on any second now, but these potatoes take 10 minutes to complete inside of the Power Pressure Cooker XL. That's why we're only going to do it for 5. Then we're going to re-release the heat and begin stage 3, where we're going to incorporate the remainder of our veggies inside of our Caldo de res recipe. So just waiting for it to go, and in 3, 2, there it went. And now I get to open it up, and it is going to be steaming, so watch your face, but you'll be safe. This is really cooked through. Okay, now that I've removed the lid and the meat is cooked to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start removing those bones that I told you that we're just cooking in just for the flavor. It's not really part of the entire stew that you're going to serve to your family and friends. So let me go ahead and just remove these big pieces. So now that I've removed our bones, and watch out because that is hot even though you're not touching it, now it's time to put in our potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now that our lid is sealed and we do have it on the closed position as far as our steam valve is concerned, I did already go ahead and I pressed the stew button, and I just let it go at its lowest setting just because these potatoes, they cook in 10 minutes, so we really don't need too much time, and you don't want them too soft because you do want them to have just a little bit of bite on it. Just get that contrast in textures as far as each chew is concerned. So stage 3 is up next. Once this builds pressure, 5 minutes, that's all we're going to let it sit for. Release the pressure. Stage 3 begins. Moving on to these lovely veggies, where I'm literally going to let them cook for 3 more minutes on top. After that, our caldo de res will be ready. So stick around. This is just going to take a quick second. See y'all soon. Okay folks, now we're ready for stage 3. The potatoes have been cooking in here for just 5 minutes already. So I'm going to go ahead and I hit the keep warm cancel button at the very top. Now I'm going to go ahead and release the steam. You already know what time it is. Here we go. Alright folks, the steam is already released everything. The pin literally just dropped right now. So now we're on to stage 3. So open this bad boy up. Let me test those potatoes really quick. And I choose you. Yep, they're already starting to fall apart pretty good. So we literally just going to put these guys in for about 3 minutes and we're ready to rock and roll. So first I'm going to start off with my squash and zucchini. Here we go. Yummy. And then next up, let me put this down real quick. That would be smarter. And then next up is going to be our carrots and our celery. Okay. Last but not least, our wedge of cabbage. Now you can go ahead and put in half. Okay, so now that I've got the cabbage inside with all the veggies, I'm gonna go ahead and just push it down, make sure it gets mixed up nice and well. There you go. And just make sure it gets incorporated because you do need the water to be touching. It is gonna be boiling up, while it's inside. So, I'm not really too worried about it. You shouldn't be either. I'm still below that little, oh man, I guess that little crescent, that little ring that's around the inside of our vessel. So we should be good as far as, not creating any overspill as long as you follow our recipe. So let me just lock this bad boy up. We're just gonna seal it. We seal it and we're gonna set it at our soup setting one more time. Okay, so I've got the lid on. We're building our pressure now. And as soon as that goes, it's gonna be 3 minutes till we're ready to go. Alright folks, so I've let it sit here for about 3 minutes already, including, the build-up pressure time, or the pressure build-up time, however you want to say it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to cancel it out, like so. And next I'm just going to release the steam, and, then I'm going to open it up. Next we're going to have beautiful caldo ready to eat. Alright folks, this is the end of the 3rd stage. The pin is about to drop right now. Waiting for it. As soon as that happens, I'm going to I'm going to open up my lid, and there it went. So now I'm going to go ahead safely open up my lid. That looks so good. Put this right here. And at this moment I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like inside of the pot before I start stirring it. Looks a little something like this. So before I start stirring it, you're going to see everything pretty much stayed the exact same as how I left it, but that's totally fine. But everything is breaking apart very, very nicely. You really do have to incorporate everything at the end again, just to make sure that, everyone gets a little bit of meat, a little bit of veggies inside of every bowl. Okay, folks, so like I said, I'm just stirring it around. I got to get that meat that's at the bottom. That guarantees, actually, that our meat's going to be fully cooked through, and this soup smells wonderful. It really, really does. So let me start ladling in a couple of bowls right here. Ladies and gentlemen, in 25 minutes, we literally made caldo de res, a recipe that takes 3 hours to make on the stovetop. It's a no-brainer, folks. The Power Pressure Cooker XL going to revolutionize your life. It really, really is. Take the next step in cooking. Get yourself one of these guys. I'll leave the affiliate link there at the bottom. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I really hope to see you guys building the community. See y'all in the next few episodes. Let me know what y'all like. I'm talking too much, rambling on here. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Comment, like, subscribe. Do it now. Caldo de res, 25 minutes. Power pressure cooker XL. We got this. Dining in with Adrian. Hopefully y'all have fun. I know I did.